Everybody deserves a second chance, even video games. Welcome to the Second Opinion Podcast, where the reviews aren't always right, but we are. We're here to give you the gaming takes you didn't know you needed. We've been deep in the gaming world for 17 plus years, covering all the news, releases, and drama in the gaming world, and having a damn good time while doing it. Just because some website gave a game a low score doesn't mean it's a fail in our book. We're all about giving games that second chance, diving back in where others quit. And we should probably tell you that we're real and we're very loud and opinionated, and 90% of the time we're completely off topic. But that's why you'll love us. This is your Second Opinion. Now, here are your hosts, Toaster, Soleb, and Bolts.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Second Opinion Podcast, episode number 382. It is Soleb here with Toaster McGee and Bolts. How are you both doing?
We started on we started out, we're going live, and it was like right at 8.
Yeah. I literally looked. I got a notification that it was going live. I was like, oh shit, we're going live right now.
That's impressive.
I'm having issues with us being live on Facebook for some reason. It's not letting me change it to a public post. I don't know why.
Did you piss off the AI gods at Meta?
Who fucking knows?
You got to be careful. What's his face? Mark Zuckerberg can show up at your house looking like a weird data.
Right. But anyways, so we are live on, we're live on my personal Twitch. We're also live on YouTube, for Cinelinx, and YouTube on Second Opinion. I think Toaster is streaming as well.
I am on Twitch TV.
Yes, he's on Twitch TV. So, anyways, yes. So we are live and very excited to be here, be back doing podcasting and stuff. Just, I guess quickly I can say, most of the times whenever I say that stuff has gone on or stuff's gone awry or whatever, we haven't been able to do something, it's kind of usually, it's not bullshit. It's usually just, me letting things slip or whatever. But for the last month and a half, 2 months, we've been dealing with some stuff on my end with mental health and in my close-knit family, and physical health in my close-knit family as well. And I pretty much had to take off. Like, I had to just kind of just stop focusing on this and focus on other stuff. And, Toaster and Bolts, of course, have been amazing and have told me a million times that they could easily do the podcast and me just take some time off. But, I'm pretty non-communicative sometimes. And
I'm gonna purposely hire a grandma sounding AI to just call you and be like, Slab, you have friends in other places that can do things for you. just call him. Or like maybe Bilbo. Would it help if Bilbo Baggins was just like, dude, or Frodo?
Yes, I feel like no, fuck Frodo.
J.R.R.
Fuck,
Tolkien.
no, fuck Frodo. I don't like Frodo Baggins. He's a piece of shit.
Are you a Merry or a Pippin?
Yeah, I'm a Pippin. Like I fuck with Pippin hard, bro.
You fool of a took.
But yeah, so we're back. Episode 328 of the Second Opinion Podcast. Should games be killed off? So this is a somewhat of a sore subject at times because I'm not really going to talk about it the way probably some people would think that I would talk about it and say, you know, oh, well, I don't like franchises being killed off. I don't like this being killed off or that. It's not, I don't really look at it in that sense. I look at it more in the sense of video game studios overstretching. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more in depth. But with that said, let's go ahead and get down into this episode and break apart some of this craziness. But before we get started, video games we have been enjoying, playing, loving. Bolts, we're going to start with you.
Oh, I get to go first, huh? How you gentlemen been? Y'all been good?
Well, you know, I haven't. Honestly.
Well, I know you haven't, but other than that, my good sir.
Other than that stuff, it's been okay. It hadn't been too bad. I've been trying to. Honestly, I'm gonna be like totally upfront honest. There's not a reason to not be honest. I kind of lost the spark for gaming content and stuff like that. After I came back from Summer Games Fest and all that.
It's not hard.
With all the stuff that happened, it took a drain on me so much that like just coming in the office was irritating me because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to focus enough to really get shit done. And it's aggravating, especially when you're doing when you're pushing for this thing to be full time, and it's Bolts and Toaster, as well. I mean, it comes down to like the look at that. Yeah.
No, this is a bad view. There we go.
It comes down.
I was going to say, hey, Toaster, get half of that screen. I'll get half of mine, and we got our faces going on.
It comes down to where it's just like you get so it's not even a burnout. It's just like
it is a burnout, bro. 100%, dude. Bro. Man, we grow unless honestly, in my opinion, if you're in the business, it's tough and rough to keep going and going and going, especially when you live life. If you're in the business and you live in Gearbox, studios, or you're sitting in Microsoft all day long or Sony all day long. I mean, that is your life. So you're embezzled in it. You're wrapped up in it. You're intertwined in it 24/7. But for us, for normal folks, life is life. We have other responsibilities, and it does take time and toll. So I completely understand. Completely. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it does. I mean, trying to stretch things across the board and make money out of the games industry while also making money at another full-time job, while also trying to do a part-time job, while also being a husband and while also being a father, and it's been a lot.
And a lover.
I forgot about that.
I mean, let's not forget the industry as itself. I mean, it's really hard to be a fan and be excited about games now, especially when it's like every time you turn around, some studio is laying off hundreds of people.
Yeah.
Like, it's really hard to stay excited as somebody that loves video games and loves them so much they want to like make shit and stories and tell other people about them.
Yeah.
And that they have such a great opinion of the game, and I don't mean this to sound negative, it's going to be that other people deserve to hear it. It takes a certain level of passion to be like, I really like this game. I'm going to go tell other people about it, whether they like it or not. Look at
Yeah,
you like,
and you know that happens so many
okay,
times too.
another
And
time you're telling us about Mass Effect. Shut up. But Caden has to die. Sorry. But no, I mean, it's, you take everything that you've been dealing with the past, I don't know how long you were dealing with it, because you told me about it briefly ago. So, and honestly, for you to come out to me, who lives in a completely different state and can't be like there to help, really, you reached your peak, dude. You reached your point where there was nothing keeping that crack closed, and bam. And then, as Bolts eloquently said, man, we have lives. Life is life.
Yeah. And that's basically it. It's just been a lot dealing with all that other stuff. And but
this episode brought to you by Mental Health. Talk about it.
That's right.
Word, homie. Word.
And I guess more in the sense of it wasn't like I needed a break, because I kept telling Jordan and Katie and them at Cinelinx said, I was like, listen, I'm not taking a break. I'm not taking time off, this and this. But, the development studios that I've worked with over the last few months, checking out their games and all this other stuff, of course, are, they're great with hitting them up and saying, hey, listen, I'm really sorry I haven't gotten this to y'all yet. This is what's been going on. But I can say that my college football 26 review will be coming out tomorrow, which was originally supposed to launch on the 11th.
We're about to get an inspirational tale of how your college football coach,
like my college football coach, told me a long time ago. No.
I mean, that would be peak Texas. Like, I've been going through all of this shit, but my football coach said.
Now, peak Texas would be saying my college football or my high school football coach, put a bunch of other players ahead of the rest of the team and only focused on them instead of focusing on the whole team to give everybody the opportunities.
That's definitely certain areas. Brother.
Bitterness.
So, but no, that's coming out. My college football 26 review is coming out. My Wu Chang, my Wu Chang review is coming out as well. My impressions on the Delta Force beta are coming, and then I'm gonna hopefully over this weekend I'll get all my the last bit of hands-on impression stuff that I need to get up to kind of nod my head at these studios and let them know we do care. So
do we though?
It's just been crazy, but gaming wise, the only game that I've really been playing here and there, I've been playing Fortnite Blitz Royale, because honestly, I'm a fucking beast at the game. And there's some really, I will say, as you level up in the game and you get to the end of some of these seasons, like right now, I think I'm leveled 276 or something like that, or 256. And, most of the times our goal is to, at least like in regular battle royale, be in the top 5, if not winning our matches. And in Blitz, we've got to win at least every other match. So Blitz is, I think there's 30 something people. They're coming out with a new version of Blitz as well. It's going to be able to give you the opportunity of playing with 6 people in your squad. And today they did an update for Blitz to where they brought back Metro City and also the Kamehameha from Dragon Ball Z. And it's still so OP, bro. I mean, I literally, I think did the move like 2 times back to back, but I had a medallion and and I also had a bunch of boons. I think I had 12 overall boons, which are player enhancements that you have in the game. The medallions are like physical enhancements. So some of the medallions that you can get in Blitz now are the main, like if you haven't played Blitz, the main medallions that you would get in normal Battle Royale from some of these, AI characters, non-playable characters that you got to face off against. These are the boons that you can pick up in just, a bunch of airdrop boxes. So I think I had the Zeus boon, which increased my jump and my running speed. Then I also had the Ninja Boon, which gave me the ability of having infinite stamina. And anytime I was sprinting, my character would turn invisible. And then, other stuff that was added in as well. But when I had that, I jumped in the air. I had the Zeus Boon, so I flew way high up in the air. And then I did the Goku Kamehameha. So that increased my capacity in the air even higher, or my level in the air even higher. And whenever I jumped up, I think I killed like 7 people at one time with that blast. And it's so OP. It's really crazy. I also really worked hard on that game and did unlock the exclusive 10th anniversary summer event Corvette in the game, which is pretty cool. In those games, if you get the
there's a Corvette in their game now.
Listen, Fortnite has changed a lot since you played it back in 1776. Okay, so
hey, that's when we killed off the Indians.
Yeah. Oh. Oh my gosh. And people still act like it didn't.
Oh, my bad.
People still act like it didn't happen. Isn't it crazy?
What do you mean? We gave them corn. No, they gave us corn, stupid.
It is really hard to talk to people in this area of Texas about this type of stuff, because it's just like it's like talking.
Anyways,
trying to animate mud.
Right now. Anyways, go ahead. You continue on with your Fortnite.
Oh, no. So I was saying it's different now. So like Fortnite Zero Build, is one of the best modes that you could play, I think. There's no building. It's straight third person or first person shooting. Most of the guns that you get, you can change.
Deathmatch?
Yeah. It's
okay.
Well, team deathmatch. You could either play solo or you could squad up with like 4 people.
So deathmatch. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you get your weapons, depending on the weapons, you can go in full first person mode as well, which does make the game a little bit better, I think, in the shooting aspect with precision. But another thing that I think is great is the battle pass, bro. Like if you join Fortnite Crew, it's $11.99, and then not only do you get the regular battle pass, but then they have the OG Fortnite in the game to where you can play OG Fortnite, which is old school rules and all that other stuff. You get all those characters. Then you get the music pass. Then you get the Lego pass, which Dante plays all the time. Then you also get the Rocket League pass. And what's great about that is since Epic Games owns the creators of Rocket League, all that stuff correlates. So when you're playing events in Rocket League, and you're unlocking all these cars and stuff, there's a bunch of those cars that you'll unlock, and you can use them physically in the zero build or non-zero build battle royale mode. Right. So like I've got like a Ford F-250 that's like dueled out. There's some people that have Teslas. There's other people that have Porsches and all this other stuff.
So do the Teslas blow up like just random?
Yeah, randomly blow up. I'm
just saying, hey.
But there's Porsches in the game. There's all different types of stuff. But the biggest thing is that's where Epic makes their money. I mean, I know, bro. They'll drop.
Hey, listen, man, I ain't got no hate on Epic, man.
I know that.
They're rolling their thing, bro.
They're smart, man. It's really kind of scary too, because like we jokingly talked about one time, Bolts, way back in the day, about eventually they're going to share, they're going to sell clothing on there outside of just the, characters. Like, oh, you can buy this exclusive shirt and blah, 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 blah. Well, they sell shoes on there, and the Nikes and stuff like that. They'll do they have licenses for like every version of Nike that ever came out, every version of Adidas. So they'll drop some of these. Like they dropped, Jordan 1996 Jordan Air Force Ones the other day on the shop, or a couple of months ago or something like that. Yeah. And like you can get some of them for $800. Sometimes you got to pay like $800. I'm sorry, 800 V-bucks. But then you can pay 1,000 V-bucks and get some of these exclusive ones, it's just cool shit. The way I look at it is, at least in that sense, that they do have the microtransaction system in there. It is unique and it's different and it's constantly changing. Every single day the shop updates at 7:00, so it's always new shit in there. They just had a really cool thing recently to where it was like a mini battle bus. So it was like a shrunk down mini battle bus that you can drive in the game. And But it's just been the biggest thing is too. It's relaxing and it's fun to play. It's a fun game to play with Dara, and Jared and Dami, and it, like we all squad up, we get in there and level up as much as we can. And hey, there's a Mass Effect event supposedly coming too. I saw that online, so.
Well, I mean, hey, we'll be able to get Garrus and just calibrate our weapons the entire damn time.
Listen, if they came out with
Destiny already got me with the Mass Effect bullshit. I'm not letting another game.
If they came out with
actually Mass Effect, no.
I'm just telling you, if they came out with Mass Effect skins on the game, I would get it, no questions asked. Now they do have gamer collections on there. They'll have different characters, like different musicians you can play as and all this other stuff, but they have the gamer collection. That's one of the main ones that I usually try to get. Like I got Ryu, Chun-Li, Kratos, a good chunk of gamer stuff from different video games. I've got Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. It's just I think the way that they work it out and the system that they have. Oh, also have Geralt of Rivia. They have like the whole Witcher collection of characters in there. Like whenever you drop in as Geralt of Rivia, okay, so you drop in and you had to buy the bundle with it, but like your drop in is instead of it being like a parachute, it's like a blow up version of Roach. And like whenever he blows up and you're flying in, he's like, and he's all shaking around and shit. It's fucking hilarious, man. But then now too, what's really cool, a lot of people don't know about this feature for some reason, or older gamers don't know about this feature. If you go into your loadout settings, you go down to the bottom, and the music that you've either unlocked or bought in the game, you can actually use it as drop-in music. So my drop-in music is Freebird. And it's so great, bro. Right whenever I get out of the bus, it's like, Freebird, yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm fucking pumped. I'm about to kill some children. No, I can't even say that. I'm about to destroy these children. But it's a fun game. I don't know. It's almost at the level of being addicting at times, to be honest with you. I really don't say video games are addicting, but with that, like they'll do these random events like that Corvette event. It just popped up. Summer Corvette event. Hey, if you play the game here and there and you win 15 matches in Rocket League, and then you go on to the player create mode and party up with one of your friends, then you can get all this XP and get a free Corvette. Most of the times those cars are like 3,600 V-Bucks, and 3,600 V-Bucks is like $22.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck that. I can get it for free. Shit. I'm going to go whoop some ass in Rocket League. I hadn't played Rocket League in 8 years, I think. And I jumped in there and I had all this free shit. It's nuts.
Hey, I give all the credit to people who play fucking Rocket League. Let me tell you something, bro.
Bro, it's a wild game. I'm surprisingly enough, I'm actually a pretty good goalie in that game. So, if you ever need a hand, let me know. Anyways, Toaster, what about you? I mean, you been gaming anything recently?
Trying to figure out why I keep playing Diablo 4.
Understandable. I would question that as well.
And I've started tanking in World of Warcraft.
Did you really?
Yeah. I have a tank named Howitzer.
Very
it's
strange.
A lot of fun. I'm actually having a blast.
Are you?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you're not a tank very often. I'm assuming by that statement.
This is my first tank.
Okay.
I have played Rogue since launch.
So that's what I would play. So I know that feeling.
Since launch, like when people when we get into this conversation in my guild and they're new to the guild, they're like, "So how long have you been playing HAL?" I'm like, "Since like March of 2003." And they're like, "Isn't that when the game started?" I was like, "Yep,
yeah,
pretty much."
Have you played another class? Seriously? Nope.
No.
But my guild, the running joke was I played my rogue like a tank because I would stand with the tanks and use mitigations and stuff, and I would eventually get out of the way. I'm just like back in the day, you could tank as a rogue. You could pop evasion, and you could use off tank.
Absolutely.
And now I can't do that anymore, but the habit is still there. I gotten better about it, but they were like, dude, you should try a tank. Like, seriously, try a tank. And I was like, I don't want to try a tank. I don't want that responsibility. Now it's like, I'm going to stand here I'm gonna get punched, and if I die, that's your fault.
Oh my God.
I can blame the healer. Like what the but other than that, it's just really been like I'm really trying to find the joy in Diablo 4. I loved Diablo 3 so much. That game was so much fun. And it just
It's
seems
not-
like
yeah.
they're just rehashing the same shit every season. Just a different big bad. And okay, we'll reskin all the powers they had from the previous season. Instead of making them pink rainbow stars, they're now purple bubbles. They need to come out with. They need to get another expansion out soon because it's really. I mean, they're boring. They really are, and I hate saying it because I love Diablo, but come on, guys.
Yeah. Come on,
Oh,
guys.
and if you have not, go see Superman. In fact, if you haven't seen it, but you're listening to this podcast, stop. You can always listen to this later. Go see Superman.
Right now.
It was amazing, dude. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet.
I have. I saw. It was okay.
Are you a Snyder bro?
Huh?
Are you a Snyder bro?
No.
You know why you said it was okay?
I mean, I like the 7th edition of Justice League that finally put context. to a
Come
lot of
on,
shit.
Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner was fucking amazing.
No, he was.
And
I think. Listen, I would probably say 80% of the movie was great, but I did not like Lex Luthor.
What?
Yeah, like I thought at first I was like, nah, I'm just tired or something like that.
Straight out of the cartoon, Lex Luthor. Like,
Wasn't vibing with me, dude. I don't know why. I just I think I feel like he is a good actor, but I feel like he even no matter the character, I always see the same exact person constantly with him, and I don't know. I feel like he was overacting, dude. Like
but if you watched like the original Superman with Christopher Reeves and Gene Hackman, Gene Hackman was that way too. Like he was completely over the top and manic, and I mean, that's what made, like, if you even watch their cartoons, Lex is out of his goddamn mind.
Yeah.
He's like the most ego. Like, if he had a superpower, it would be his fucking ego.
Yeah.
You know? Like, so, like, that's what I saw with Nicholas Holt's portrayal was, just that craziness, that intensity, But,
agreed.
How do you pronounce his last name?
I don't know.
Edie Gathegi?
Sure.
Yeah. He was awesome. Terrific. He was amazing. Like, and that whole scene where he's like going to, the place. I don't want to ruin that moment for anybody, but just James Gunn's choice of music, like whoever his music director was, if it was just him pretending to be somebody else, like Chad Powers, the music director or something.
Right.
But every single movie he does, like there's always this one moment where the song pick just absolutely fits the moment. And that whole scene with Mr. Terrific was perfect. And I read a really interesting article about how they wanted it to all look like one take and the amount of virtual VFX work that had to be done to make sure the digital assets like flowed naturally and didn't like look weird.
Yeah.
Really interesting read. But yeah, go see Superman.
Yeah, maybe wait until it comes out.
Yeah.
The digital.
No, I will say this about it, and then we can stop. What cracks me up the most about all the hate that this movie is getting from like the Snyder Bros and all them. Here is a rabid group of people who insist they're comic book fans. Yet they flip out when there's not a version of the superhero they idolize released in the theater. It's like, how many different Earths are there in the DC universe and Marvel? And every time somebody makes a movie with something slightly different, for instance, the Silver Surfer being a woman in Fantastic Four.
Now, I've seen Fantastic Four.
I've heard that was amazing.
It was fucking awesome, dude.
But it's like these people lose their shit. It's like, wait, you said you were a comic book fan, so you should understand the whole concept of variants, multiverses, and all this jazz.
What the fuck is that? Did you hear that? Are we getting fucking attacked right now or something? What the fuck? By the way, Toaster, I was just fucking with you, dude. It was a really great movie. You fucking bitch. No, it was really good. I very much liked it. I loved the lighthearted aspect. I loved how they turned on him, you know. But you know, I feel like we've seen that before. I think in Zack Snyder's Man of Steel or in Batman versus Superman or something like that, they kind of played that whole like, oh, he's an alien, he's not from here.
I look at like the Snyderverse is more of like influenced by Frank Miller's take on.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and to credit, like that's a great storyline that Frank Miller came up with, and it's largely responsible for pulling Batman and Superman out of how campy they had gotten. You know, I actually count Constantine as part of that because, like, I hate admitting that movie's good because Keanu Reeves is not Constantine. He's not.
Listen,
he's not American.
If you fucking tell me, if you try to sit here and tell me,
I'm not saying it's a bad movie.
No. I'm not talking about the movie. You know, the movie was okay. It was, you know, I enjoyed it when it originally came out. But if you try to tell me that Constantine the show was better in your eyes than that movie, I'm gonna lose my shit because, bro,
I'm not gonna say the show was better. I will say Matt Ryan was a much better Constantine than Keanu Reeves.
Man, I'm being 100% honest right now. I watched as many episodes of that show that I could.
NBC fucked it up. There was a contract dispute with one of the actresses. They ended up showing the series out of order, so the story didn't make sense.
Yeah, see, like there was
it all.
Yeah, okay. That makes
but like,
sense
if
now.
you watch him on like Legend of Tomorrow, as cheesy as it is, like he's Constantine.
Now, Legend of Tomorrow was the one that had all the different Superman and stuff like that in it, right? Okay, now I did watch that, and I thought that he was better.
It was like the C-list Justice League met Doctor Who. That show is
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was very confused by the show because I was like, man, this is fucking all over the place.
On NBC was shown, the episodes were shown out of order.
That makes so much more sense. Like, I never knew that, bro. Ever. Mm-hmm. But anyways, so we still got off topic, bro. I'm sure somebody's watching. It's like, what the fuck is this podcast? Like, what are they doing? So
we should get a check from Fortnite for how long you spent talking about them.
Hey, Matt Grandstaff, hit me up. Okay. So I will say this. Fantastic Four is by far one of my favorite Marvel movies of all time. I'm not even gonna lie about that. Like it just feels different. You know what I'm saying? It really just felt different. It felt like a breath of fresh air or a breath of old air. I don't know like how you'd say it, but I think with it being set in a different kind of time frame, you know what I'm saying? Because this isn't like the Fantastic Four that are in this film. They're not, I mean, this isn't a spoiler or anything, but like the new Marvel is in a different universe now, right? Like because of the events of Deadpool and Wolverine, didn't that like restart the timeline and all kinds of shit?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it didn't. That's what they said in Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't know, but if you were to just not be into the whole Marvel verse thing and you were to watch this movie, I think you would highly enjoy it. You know, best way of saying it. And I thought Superman was fun. You know, it was quirky, kind of different. It was if anything, it was a different kind of light on Superman because you see Superman. I feel like the actor played him a lot better than previous Superman because he added a little bit more of a human touch to him. You know, when Henry Cavill played Superman, he was Superman. You know, he was a bulk ass motherfucking dude that, like, you always felt, even when he was being nice, he was being really serious.
Well, I mean, there was also like the little moments too of like, in the fortress when the dog tore the fortress apart, and instead of him flipping out and being like, "What the fuck, blah, blah," he was like, "What the hey, dude?" Like,
yeah.
I
Now,
don't think he swore at all in that movie.
what was the? I don't know why I'm going so blank today, dude. The Guy Gardner.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so he was fucking hilarious, dude. Like, his character, everything about him was awesome. Bolts, you've seen the movie, yes?
I ain't got time for that shit. What's wrong with you?
Are you okay with us talking about it?
I don't give a shit. It's Superman Fantastic Four. So
You fucking love Marvel movies, bitch. I remember back before, like, we've
Do you-
done it.
yeah, 100%. And what was I doing when we were watching Marvel movies? Watching the NFL draft. Don't
You
play
know
with
what?
me.
That is so true, bro. I'm sorry. What
Yeah.
did you usually wait out for? Just Star Wars?
Yeah,
Man.
just Star Wars.
Okay,
Get
so
that,
are you
bro.
excited about Ridley's?
We'll see about that.
Oh no!
We'll see.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We'll see. All I know is I got Demon Slayer coming in September, and that's really all that really matters.
Demon Slayer.
That's the only thing that matters, actually.
Of course. So all right, let's get it down into the fucking show. Let's talk about some news and shit. So gaming. So this was kind of a topic that was tied in. Originally, we were going to do the show last week, and there was this big talk about, how video game studios need to stop killing off games that are live service games and all that. So I'm kind of tying it into this. Is gaming aging badly? So whenever I ask that question, is gaming aging badly? I mean it in the sense of, like, is our industry moving in the wrong direction? So just as of recently, we talked about how hang on, I'm sorry. What, son? Good.
Mama found it.
Thank you for coming in here and telling me that while I'm on the live podcast. I appreciate it. Shut the door.
What?
Shut the door. I'm on the podcast right now, son. Shut the door. I don't care. Shut the door. Thank you. I appreciate it. What is going on? He came in here and showed me a Lego and was like, I found it. I found
Look at the Lego.
I literally told him 15 minutes ago, or right before I jumped in I was like, hey, listen, I'm about to go live on the podcast. Don't come back there, okay? He's like, why would I? You're going to go live. I'm not Amara.
Why would
and
I?
then does the same thing. So we talked about this before, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I feel like the industry is moving in a strange way, okay? So in like 2024, video game sales in the U.S. reached a total of $58.7 billion, a slight decrease from 2023. Total spending was $58.7 billion. The content spending was $50.6 billion, and mobile games accounted for approximately half of all content spending. Hardware sales were like $4.9 billion, accessory sales $3.2 billion, while overall sales decreased slightly. Content spending reached a second high of all time. When it says content spending, that means DLC and things like, Fortnite and whatever else. The average cost of a AAA title, though, is anywhere between 50 million and 300 million. Okay. So as we have grown into the massive industry that we are, this is something I've been thinking about over these last few weeks, because we get upset whenever these video game studios get shut down. Of course we do, because we're caring people. And I can state this. I think on one of the last episodes, I talked about how a previous Bethesda video game developer had commented that he did not like the decisions that Microsoft was making by doing these cuts. His name is Sean Baptiste, a very good friend of mine. And I asked him directly if I could quote him on that. But him and me have talked about this before, and the games industry is just moving in a really weird way. So not only is the games industry becoming over bloated with constant game releases, constant development studios popping up, just massive growth in the games industry. We're seeing record job cuts, and we're also seeing record sale drops in the sense of what we once knew. Me and Bolts talked about this today because it's like in our local town, they just put up a notice that our GameStop is closing. And the reason that GameStop is closing these stores in many of places across the country is because massive decline in physical copied game sales, as well as physical items in general.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's also GameStop's fault. So, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But that's completely GameStop's fault. We knew the digital era was coming. We knew it. Come on, you. As long as everybody's going to have an ability to download something, the ability is going to be there, and then the physical copy is going to go away. Now, GameStop just was like, "Oh well, we don't know what to do." You listen, the way card games have boomed over the last 5 years, the way collectibles have boomed over the last 5 years, including Funko, including any kind of other, Band Prestos and all kinds of stuff. GameStop could have really stuck to really changed the way they thought GameStop was, and really could have kept a lot of shit running if they would have opened up their blinders and just looked at the horizon and be like, GameStop, card games and fun, or some bullshit like that. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, look at stores like look at stores that are in competition with them, like Game Exchange. Game Exchange is successful everywhere it goes because it sells more than just fucking video games, right? So they sell collectibles, they sell DVDs, Blu-rays. They even fucking sell like this was a shock to me and Bolts when we first found this out, but they even sell fucking power tools at some of the locations. You can come in and sell your power tools there and they'll resell those. But it cuts down to the basis of like what people want. So why not cut GameStop into a divisional company and do it in the sense of GameStop collectible stores? Okay, so GameStop collectibles. Then, cool. If you want to do fucking GameStop retro, you want to invest billions of dollars into breaking your company into that. GameStop retro, which they've already done, and it's literally just their version of a mom and pop shop trying to sell retro games.
Right.
Why not? How about GameStop fucking Classic? How about that?
They wouldn't have to be a separate entity. It'll have to be one entity, because
that's what I'm saying.
Because GameStop does. I mean, Game Exchange does so well in Palestine. It's because everybody brings all the stolen product there to get sold. Okay, that's why it does so well. I mean, I've worked at both places. Listen. I've been to county jail. Okay, I know most of the people in there because they would bring me stolen product from Walmart. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's why Game Exchange does so well, is because they can get product off the shelf, brand new product, at a Walmart and every other store. Game Exchange does do well because they deal with cars. They deal with the little, the tabletop games like Warhammer, that's where GameStop should have took their direction that way, and they didn't. They were like, well, we're going to stick to video game sales and a few collectibles here and there. That's back ass word thinking, So GameStop did this shit on themselves, and it sucks to see our store go, because now if we want anything, we got to go to shitty Game Exchange or shitty ass Walmart or drive our ass to fucking Tyler. It's stupid.
It is an irritation, especially whenever you live in a rural area like Palestine. It takes the biggest thing that we always used to tell customers when me and Bolts worked up there is we're the only GameStop in the whole surrounding area. So not only did we get people from Houston County, Anderson County, Trinity County, all this other stuff, it's a bunch of people that just didn't like going all the way to Tyler to fucking go to a GameStop. But what changed is you go to GameStop now. You go to the Palestine GameStop here. It's still open right now. Go into the Palestine GameStop here. You will see no one in there.
Fucking dead.
When we were there, it wasn't just about the customer.
Right.
It wasn't
No, I'm sorry. I was going to say, and when we worked there, it was a different time in the video game business. It was really booming at that point. I mean, we would show up to work and there'd be a line of 15 people, 20 people waiting for a fucking Wii for crying out loud.
Yeah,
You know?
for real. And also too, like, biggest thing that GameStop fucked up with is doing away with midnight releases, because they're like, oh, well, now we got to start releasing it at this time because there's times that gamers get home and shit. Okay, cool. Do it instead of doing a midnight release, do a fucking 9 o'clock release. And then the day you do a 9 o'clock release, shut the store down at 6, open it back up at 7. You only need 2 fucking hours to do pre-rings. I mean, come on. Like, it's fucking simple. Do shit that is engaging to your community, and your community will engage with your fucking store. That's plain and simple, GameStop. It's kind of cut and dry. I mean, honestly. And to say something that also is on my irritation, because this fucked up, stupid company, they cut ties and completely cut out Game Informer. Okay? They're one of their biggest reasons even sell fucking reserves. Or sell memberships. Outside of that, why the fuck would I want to get an email in my inbox saying, hey, since you're a pro member, if you come up here and spend money, you get an extra 5% off on your discount. Or, hey, since you're a pro member, you get a free poster. I'm not fucking 7. I mean, come on, dude. Like, it's still, you have to stretch to your bases. So what was successful? Midnight releases, tournaments, community events. Even after we left, when Bill and them got there, they would have fucking card nights. They'd have, Magic the Gathering nights. They'd have all different types of stuff that stretched out to the community. You had a group of people that would come in there on a constant basis and buy shit. But this is where it cuts back into the games industry. We're seeing physical games die off completely. So before I thought, well, it is what it is. I got every game that I have now is all digital. But really, when it cuts down to it, it is sad to see that it's going to that sense, because it just doesn't feel the same. It feels like our industry is moving into the hole of, though you don't own your game, in our minds, you don't own your game because we basically own it because it's a digital code and we own the rights to that digital code. We're going to charge you fucking $80, which is Jesus Christ, it's almost double the price of what it used to be back in the day. So you get an $80 fucking or $79.
Back the $80
I know Xbox
model.
did. I know Xbox did, which is good on them. I'm glad.
Probably because everybody was like,
"Fuck you." Yeah, that's like
paid off a bunch of people, and now you're going to charge even more for the video game. Like,
yeah. So, but Nintendo. I mean, come on.
Nintendo is doing okay because Nintendo will never sell their properties to another studio.
I agree with that 100%.
There's the whole thing that Otaku Man, Mr. Tipton, posted on the Otaku page that basically breaks that down. But for GameStop, to Boltz's point, there are other things in the gaming industry that people enjoy. It's really easy to turn a GameStop into a comic book shop. You don't have a whole bunch of video games anymore. Okay, the back half of your shop footprint is now tabletop games and comic books.
I mean, it's how simple is that?
Get your whole collector crowd in there in the first place. Then tabletop gaming, along with card gaming, surged in popularity during the whole COVID situation. And suddenly a whole bunch of people that were putting people that played Dungeons and Dragons in lockers found themselves enjoying Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Or the myriad of other tabletop games that are available. You don't have to just be video games.
Well, I didn't realize how big some of this stuff was either. And Toaster, you talked about Magic the Gathering and stuff like that. But like, whenever I was at Summer Games Fest and our little care package thing that we got, it came with the starter pack, Magic the Gathering starter pack, with the crossover starter pack of Final Fantasy.
Nice.
And I posted a picture of it. I had like fucking 20 people message me about that shit, and they were like, "Hey, are you planning on using it? Or are you going to get rid of it or whatever?" And I'm like, I never talk about Magic the Gathering, but I'm not going to get rid of it. It's just something I'm going to have, But I didn't realize there was such a big draw for that type of shit, like especially starter packs.
Yeah, bro. If you ever go to Tyler, and I don't know how often you go to Tyler or even venture across Tyler, but fucking Geek World and Nuclear Games in Tyler.
Yeah, the places you take me to. Yeah,
you walk into there and you have people sitting down painting their little figurines, They got tabletops sitting all over the place, ready to do battle with anybody who wants to walk in and drop their pieces and do their thing. You know,
Yeah.
everything from Warhammer, Star Wars to Lord of the Rings to just fucking everything. And it could have just been so much bigger, bro.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, wherever a GameStop opens a game like a store like that, they're going to get customers because finding comic book shops, they're not always local. You know, sometimes there's not some for a few towns. You got to go for a ride. You know, but suddenly if a GameStop is like carrying, you know, it's
it is, bro.
We used to have a local comic book shop here called Squanch Games, and that was run by David and Amber. And they were, I mean, bro, like if you ever thought somebody would run a comic book shop, it was them. You know, like just great people, down to earth. They would have Magic the Gathering nights, all kinds of stuff, and it was fantastic. But you know, of course, local taxes and all the other stuff kind of run that type of stuff out of towns like this, and it is irritating. But I will agree with Bolts at the times that I've gone with them to these shops up there. There's always people in there because it's eccentric to their style. Like right whenever I fell in love right when I walked in there because they had fucking statues for Dragon Ball that I have not seen in years on display. Like, hey, we're selling this one for $45. Like, holy shit! You try to look online and find some of that shit, and it's $145. But I agree. How could GameStop fumble on not just fuck the aspect of thinking about the customers, their employees?
Well, it's
I mean, how many times have we seen this happen? You know, they're a $1 billion company.
They're not making the shareholders profits. Whatever the company that owns GameStop,
same company that owns AT&T. That's the truth.
Is it really?
Yes, because I found out. Only reason why I found out is right before I ended up leaving GameStop, there was a possibility I was going to be able to go to the manager meeting because, you know, the manager at the time possibly wasn't going to be able to go. And I was like, yeah, that'd be fucking awesome. And I was talking to the woman at AT&T about it, and she was like, you know, we're all owned by the same exact sister company. They throw our corporate event the same time GameStop is, so it's kind of like half price for them because. And I was like, damn, I didn't realize that.
So, according to the interwebs, the GameStop's ownership is a mix of institutional, retail, and individual investors with no single entity holding the majority stake. So, they're split with Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street Corp.
BlackRock. Yeah. BlackRock is the one I'm talking about. BlackRock, listen, that's not some individual fucking company. BlackRock is the same exact company that also owns almost all the profit, owns all the stock of Lowe's. Like they own Lowe's, they own all different types of fucking companies, bro. I'm going to tell you, BlackRock is one of those corporations that I look at and I'm like, ugh. But anyways, so I just feel like gaming is aging badly. Okay. Yes, it is worldwide now. And yes, it's so accepted across the board from everybody, but fuck, we're going in the wrong direction, dude. Like gaming just to me is such a special thing because of the escape. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing better than getting into an expansive game that just pulls you in so much that that's all you think about. You know what I'm saying?
Studios are like we've talked about this before. It's because the studios are trying to make the next Grand Theft Auto instead of just making what they're good at.
Yeah,
and
they 100%.
They have to reevaluate what the fuck they think a profit is.
Yeah,
you know, perfect example. And we brought this up. Thank you, interwebs. I wish I had an insider over it. Motive, but Dead Space remake. I loved it. I loved the Dead Space franchise. I thought it was a great game. I thought it was a great trilogy. Dead Space remake nailed it. They made it like they didn't touch the story. The ship is still the ship. The Ishimura will still fuck you, but you now have reason to go and.
I don't want the Ishimura to fuck me.
Oh, it will.
Sir.
It will.
Jesus.
It's like that scene in like You Waited Me.
I was thinking of the thing.
Only time Yoda actually speaks with proper grammar.
No. It's a scene off the movie called Orgasmo. Trey Parker and Matt Stone made it, and the Thumper comes in. It's like, you better make me come.
Jesus.
He's this big old chick.
But like, you know, they added reason to go explore the ship that didn't take you away from the mission. It didn't feel like you were running off to do some crazy side mission or anything. So the estimated budget of that game was anywhere from 60 to 70 mil, and that's the high end of what people are saying that game probably cost to make.
Yeah.
It sold 2 million copies at anywhere from $60 to $70 a pop, if not more if you got like deluxe packages and all that jazz.
Yeah.
So, lowest end, they made $120 million in sales on that game. You made your money back and then doubled it. That's a 100% profit. Like, but we're not getting a Dead Space remake because or Dead Space 2 remake because it didn't do well. 2 million's a lot. That's a big number. There's a lot of zeros,
especially for a remake.
Right. Especially for a remake where if you didn't really want to buy the remake, you could just go play Callisto Protocol.
Yeah. That's so true, bro.
I said it. I said it. I did.
Well, I mean, it's literally the same game.
I mean, it was fun, but honestly, dude, I like literally, it was like, I'm getting this just to hold me over until the Death Space remake comes out.
Listen, I hated the combat in that game.
I knew you were going to say that, bro.
Listen, I'm sitting here hitting R1 trying to swing my fucking battalion. He's like,
he just wanted you to get the dramatic effect.
And the quicker I clicked it, apparently the slower he went.
Look at this shit. Hold up. Wait a second. Okay, everybody. This next part that I'm going to show you is pretty awesome. It shows the 6-axis controls, which have been used. How fucking horrible is that?
What are you doing?
That was after the PS3 launched.
Is that layer?
After we launched the PS3 and Killzone had come out, and I was like showing people, look, you can move the controller with the 6-axis. Look at this. There's no rumble. The controller's too light and it feels weird in your hand.
It weighs 0.3 kilograms, if that.
Yeah, sorry, Toaster. That shit just fucking randomly uploaded on Restream for some reason.
But no, like that's the point I'm trying to make. Like they just need to like that's still decent money on a game you developed.
Yeah.
You know, and like that's not a reason to close a studio. And Microsoft is just closing studios regardless. Like you could win awards, but they're like, nope, we don't want your studio anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it like goes back to like the Jedi games when EA was surprised the single player story focused games sold well.
I know.
Listen, I remember when that statement came out. I was like
seriously, these companies need to hire a fan. Like a true gaming fan.
Yeah.
Somebody to step into somebody in the board meeting needs to hear something stupid and they're like, they need to go, send them in. Send her in. Send them now. Send them both. Send all of them.
Send
and
everyone
we all just
now.
walk into the boardroom in like cargo shorts and t-shirts and just looking like our gamer selves and go.
Yeah.
And then hopefully the stupid CEO who sees a bunch of people making the "Are you dumb?" face, you go, so we should make more of those?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? So I don't know. I mean, we could probably literally talk about this all day. It's just it's just something that just has been on my mind. It's irritating and
it feels stupid because it feels like they're missing the possibility of even more profit by having a diverse portfolio of entertainment offerings.
Oh, they are Toaster. Don't worry about that, bro.
You would think so. Y'all talk about this just for a couple more minutes. The kids are in there screaming. I'll be right back.
Actually, can we skip to the last one? before.
WB.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead. Y'all go ahead and talk about WB, and I'll be right back with that.
this
I'm
seems
sure
another
Bolt's
one
got
of
some
those
shit to
moments
say
where
about
that legion of fans should have been in the boardroom going. Do you wanna introduce this one, Bolts?
No, go ahead, bro.
So, in the infinite wisdom of people that wear ties and suit jackets to their jobs, Warner Brothers Games Montreal is working on a AAA live service title based on DC Comics because the last one worked so well.
You know, if you first don't succeed, try again, I guess.
Just make what we want. Make another Arkham game.
100%.
For Christ's sakes. Nobody wants a live service game. That's part of the problem with Diablo 4. That's a lot of the problem with Destiny.
Yeah.
Like, you can only ride that bus for so long unless apparently you're fucking Fortnite and
Yeah, that's yeah, no, the live service is not the way to go these days. And like you said, just there a few, if not only one named Fortnite, basically. Maybe you could say, Apex Legends if you want to twist it a little bit, but it's just not there. And like you said, the last Marvel did so well.
I mean, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was awful.
It was 100%. It was quite disgusting. And
nobody wanted it. That's the funniest thing. Like, nobody wanted that game.
No. And I guess the level, the definition of insanity, is keep repeating, and that's exactly what they're doing. I mean, it is pure insanity that they continue to try to force feed us the stuff that we don't want. What happened to listening to fans, listening to community, and so on and so forth. You take these games that started off real shitty, and then the developers and everybody just took a step back and listened. It was like, okay, we didn't make these changes, make these changes, and they made beautiful games. No Man's Sky, Cyberpunk 2077, so on and so forth, because they took a step back and they listened to the community, what they wanted. And the companies like this, WB, they're just like, we're gonna do what we want, and you're gonna take it. It's like, that's a little forceful, bud.
If you don't want to do an Arkham game, do that rumored Ninja Turtles game you were working on, like Ronin. I heard that.
Yeah. Love a dark story. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Ronin. The story behind Ronin is just fabulous. Fabulous.
I was blown away. I have the whole. I haven't actually finished the series. I
want to read the whole series as well.
And I was just so like, I knew that they were going to do something like that because everybody expected it to be some, that one.
Right.
And it turns out when you're at the very, when you're like,
oh,
bold move.
For sure.
It really seems like these studios just are refusing to listen, and they're even refusing to listen when other studios are calling them out. I mean, Sven from Larian has blasted these massive publishing houses so many times. It's great. He just goes off on these things.
Right.
I really wish Microsoft would introduce like a early access type community like Steam has, because that's what Larian sat in early access for 4-5 years almost before they released, Baldur's Gate 3, and Baldur's Gate 3 is, everybody loves that game.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they would do that instead of trying to force more of this live service crap down our throats, because it's just, nobody wants a live service game from Warner Brother Games. Like, they don't want a DC. Like, if they can play DC heroes, so that's already out.
Well, look at what happened with Gotham Knights. Okay,
what?
Like Gotham Knights.
Oh, I'm sorry. What? I've never heard of that game.
Were you serious?
Yeah, totally. It's pretty.
No, I played it for like 30 seconds and I was like, no.
Bolts, you know Gotham Knights, though.
Everybody knows Gotham Knights. We wipe our ass with the Game Informer.
There was
they put on it,
also called Gotham Knights.
What?
Yes. And Misha Collins, that's the Castile, the guy that played Castile, was like a hard-nosed, gritty Gotham detective that partnered with like everybody else but Batman, because Batman will never appear on TV.
You know, if they would have just done things like they should have and just made like Batman Steam, what was it?
Gotham by Gaslight.
God, it would have been a massive hit. Oh my God, it would have been such a massive hit. But I don't understand this decision. I really don't. I do not understand this decision. And this ties in with what, the reason why Toaster wanted to talk about this topic, to do a tie-in, is because what the fuck are they thinking? Like, I mean, I love Warner Brothers. I do. And I understand their new concept on releasing shit, of saying we're only going to release games from Harry Potter and Mortal Kombat, DC games and whatever. Okay, cool.
Then make good DC games.
What the fuck? Like, do you not remember the launch of Gotham Knights? And not even just Gotham Knights. I was swept up by Suicide Squad at the beginning, because now, listen, I played the game for, talking about somebody that I played that 47 hours worth of time into that
I'm
game.
sorry, that's 47 hours you're never getting back for your life.
But I'm just going to state this. The overall graphics of the game were really great. The story as well was a pretty great story. I really enjoyed the story. And another thing is the voiceover work was really great. I mean, it did feel like a DC kind of, like, it felt different, so
I hate that the last version of Kevin Conroy's Batman I have in my head is from that goddamn game.
I love it. Kevin Conroy, listen, with that character, Kevin Conroy knew what he was, knew that people were going to hate that version of Batman.
I know. I don't hate that version of Batman.
Well,
I'm just that is the last time I hear him as Batman.
But look,
and it has to be in a game that just nobody wanted. They should have realized that after they showed it in E3.
Nobody wanted.
No, hit the e-brake. Hit the e-brake. Listen, we can't say nobody wanted, okay? Because that's where we get back into the tie-in right here, where the gaming industry is aging bad.
Two people wanted. All right, we'll compromise. 2 people wanted.
So, as you guys know, what has changed outside of just physical versions of games going away? Single-player titles.
Shove games down our throat that we don't want.
Single-player titles. Because for many years, after the success of games like Halo and many other games like Call of Duty, and then online with Gears of War and all this other stuff, then Fortnite came about.
Hold on, you can't say that. You can't say that. Because each of those games you just mentioned, at one point in their time of cluster, had great single-player campaigns.
I'm not talking about the single-player campaigns. I'm talking about the mass amount of players that flooded the online aspect of those games and made them so overpopularized in the sense of, oh man, our player base is huge. Of course these mega corporations are going to be like, well, fuck, we got more people wanting to play the multiplayer side of things than anything. And what happened? We had stupid decisions out there by these massive studios of adding multiplayer into every singular aspect of a game. So we had Last of Us come out with multiplayer. We had God of War Ascension that came out with multiplayer. We had all these different games that were trying to add multiplayer. And then they were like, fuck it, let's do live service games. So they're getting a single player experience, but they're also going to be able to play it with their friends and counterparts or whatever.
But see, that's what I'm saying is these games that helped flood the market with these multiplayer games had banging ass single player campaigns. And so when all these markets flooded, the just like you said, the company was like, fuck those single players. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do multiplayers because look, you got to think. I'm thinking about it from both sides. I understand what you're saying, but you got to think about it from the logistical side of things too. When they're running numbers 24/7, and that's all these companies do, and even development studios, if they don't run their numbers and figure out their player bases, then they're not going to go anywhere. So
right.
They're running their numbers and
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, you bald fuck.
100%. But what brought those gamers to play those multiplayer games?
Yes, single player games. But then
So
that's whenever you have massive companies like EA come out and look at their games and say, okay, our single player games are not doing so well, but our online based games have huge player bases.
because you turn the single player part of the games into shit. That's why it's not doing well.
I agree. I'm just stating facts. I'm just stating the fact that this is the reason why they're thinking the way that they're thinking.
It just goes back to what I said earlier too, like about the industry itself. They don't understand that they're killing themselves by not diversifying their profits. You can make a good, I mean, Fortnite is
Honestly, Fortnite is like the jock quarterback that always never doesn't throw a touchdown pass, because they listen, hear me out. They're basically doing the same thing that Nintendo is doing. Nintendo is like, fuck it, we're gonna only do things that are our niche, and like something that like Mario, all these other games, they know that they're going to be successful. So Fortnite's like, fuck it, let's update as much content as possible and have so much playability in this game that there's something for everybody, but also giving players the ability of not only unlocking free content, but buying exclusive content that has realms of shit, that has movies, video games. I'm going to tell you this. I'm super excited about Fortnite-a-ween or whatever the fuck, because the Michael Myers skin is going to be back, and supposedly Chucky's going to be in the game this year. I'm fucking down. I'm playing it. No question.
but that's the point I'm making. Like, they're going to make their profit off of that, you know.
Fuck
And
you,
other studios need to just, you know, if you're going to make a fucking live action game, offset it with a decent single player game.
I love how under Bolts' skin this shit gets. Like, he's so irritated even talking about this shit right now.
Because listen, I know time has changed. Okay, everything's about online. 100%, we understand that. But the fact of the matter is, your foundation, the gaming foundation, was built on the single player campaign, and most of your online games came from built on the single player campaign. Gears of War Online came from Gears of War single player. Now, of course, whenever Gears of War came out, they had both in there. But you played the single player because you didn't know how the multiplayer was going to be. You played the single player, and the campaign was great. So why, in the entire history of gaming industry, you got all these people just flooded to play multiplayer games?
Yeah,
flooded. But you got these guys flooded long before this to play your single player campaigns because they were fucking enriched. They were awesome. They were just, unbelievable. It was just the way it was. And you just like, let's steer away from all this shit. And let's not worry about what really kept us in the foundation, our foundation of our gaming enterprise, and so on and so forth. That's what's killing the game industry, is because you want to push out this, and this, and make shitty, and hopefully your game will survive because it has multiplayer.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Listen, you're preaching to the choir. I'm not disagreeing with you.
I need to call fuckers.
Look at me, Bulls.
Hey,
match our eyebrows up.
Listen, this is what Fallout 76 should have been in the discussion.
Yeah. All I'm saying is there are companies that are doing it right, and there are companies that are doing it wrong. Okay, we can't fault Fortnite or Epic Games for, just like what you said just a bit ago. You even said it. You don't fault Fortnite for sticking to their niche. But the problem...
But Fortnite is a strictly online multiplayer game.
Yeah. Not strictly.
That's complete. Well, no, when they first came out, that's what it was. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. They built their gaming base off of multiplayer. But I'm also talking about these other companies who have produced shitty Halo games. I can't really say, Gears of War Judgment was pretty crap. Shitty Call of Duty games. The multiplayer is there because people are going to get on there and play with everybody in the world, but they're not building the foundation. The foundation is not there.
I agree. And I mean, there's a lot of players out there that are not very happy with Call of Duty right now either because of that shit that sense. So okay, well, it looks like it's time for the next topic. So moving on to that, I forgot that I had that timer on.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
Moving on to the next topic, we gotta go through these pretty quick because we are running out of time here. But Battlefield 6. So Battlefield 6 is officially being revealed this Thursday. I am excited about this because it does seem like EA has learned their lesson with. A lot of people did not like Battlefield.
Spent the whole show bashing EA.
Yeah, I know, right? A lot of people have not really liked what they sold with 2042. Me personally, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I loved Battlefield 2042 because it was the basis of it was, hey, yes, we're only a multiplayer game this time around, but guess what? You could play Battlefield 1, Battlefield 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 5. Fucking, you could literally get in that game and have futuristic soldiers facing off against goddamn Nazis, or Axis soldiers or whatever. It was fucking awesome. The concept of that game was so fucking cool, man. And they totally squandered it. I would say on both sides. I'd say on the development side and on gamers. Gamers just did not give that fucking game a chance. What's up?
Hey, I got to go put my kiddo down. So I love you guys.
Okay.
Y'all be chill, bro.
All right, bro.
Bye-bye.
So I'm very excited for the reveal of Battlefield. I think it's going to be a really great reveal. I think there's going to be some really cool concepts. The overall visuals and stuff like that look really fantastic. But lastly, we were going to talk about Netflix. We were going to talk about Infamous Studio, the studio behind the Infamous series, talking about how I wanted to bring it back, blah, 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 blah. But, we kind of got our feels on this fucking episode. So, the basis of this episode kind of cut down to us really talking about how video games have aged somewhat badly over the years. But Toaster, is there anything that you'd like to kind of add before we kind of wrap this episode up? Because I didn't even realize until now, but we've been going for a fucking hour and a half.
No, I think
No.
we can talk about this other stuff next week, next Tuesday.
Nah, we'll have better stuff next week, I'm sure.
Shout out to the random chat.
You see this? Hey, what's up? I love this game. I've been watching it for a few minutes. Let's play together. I have a Discord. Add me, Kelly A20.
Donald T10 or T0.
Donald T.O. Donald says he wants y'all to add him. Anyways,
don't add him.
Please don't add him.
Do not add him.
Don't add him. I'm not gonna lie. Let me see this little animation again real quick. I kind of like that. That's a nice animation, bro.
So brutal. Like your mic gets cut off.
Yes, exactly. That's why I set it up that way, because I know how we get sometimes. We get we did talk about the gaming aging shit for a long fucking time. So
well, I mean, we could do an entire show because it's impacting
a lot.
Like your fan base is upset. Yeah. There's no other like that. It's not that you're not making good games. It's your fan base is upset because you're cutting projects. You're laying loads of people off. And it's public what's going on with these companies.
Yeah.
And fans are starting to realize that it's not all, unicorns and rainbows at game studios, and people are losing their jobs for dumb reasons. And
you really did kind of cut it to the basis of that, saying it's public. It's not like it's a private, all this is all a private affair and all this other stuff. And we don't know exactly what happened. They couldn't really tell us everything, but they cut our jobs. No, like when shit like this happens in the industry, everyone fucking finds out about it. Big shout out to Fusion for always stopping in. I mean, one of the longest running fans of the Second Opinion podcast. I don't know why this guy just loves us so much, but he does, and I always appreciate your support, man. It's great seeing you.
True fan, Kelly.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah, don't talk to Donald. Both Donalds. Fuck the other Donald. Uh, but anyway, hey, we got to watch what we say now, Toaster. We got to watch what we say. I mean, he's already putting spies at fucking Paramount. You know, I don't know if you heard about that or not. But
yeah, I know, I did.
What the fuck? All right. So we're going to end the show. Please make sure to check us out at Cinelinx.com.
The whole level of other rant.
Man, hey, please do me a favor and go watch that latest episode of South Park.
We're very sorry.
We're very sorry. Yeah. This should be on Just Chatting, not Fallout 4. I don't know what you're talking about. Honestly, is this hobby yours? I'm sorry. But anyways, guys, just thank you so much for all the love and support. Check us out, Cinelinx.com soon for some great reviews. And make sure to check back here next Tuesday for another episode of the Second Opinion Podcast. And we'll